What do you think is my Seahawks' biggest problem right now? One reason, go Nestor.
Um, Man, that was a fun game
It was.
to watch the highlights because
For
I didn't
who?
watch it because I was busy being banned from Colombia. So, so many interceptions, but Gino played good. Gino was doing good, in my opinion. Um, uh, Damn, I think somebody on the maybe Malin can help me out on this, but I think it was I don't know, I don't want to say a name. Somebody said on the Steelers uh, team that they thought they had fixed the defense, but they find out they haven't.
You mean on the
Um,
Seahawks?
the Seahawks,
On
yeah,
the Seahawks.
and maybe looking at the Raiders and what they did and how this man wasn't touched, and he had a fucking amazing game.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's their defense. And if you face a team that they're not a terrible team, but they haven't put it all together.
They're
And then
Oh,
bad.
they're terrible.
they have I mean they
They're
have a game
bad.
where they put it all
They're bad.
together. You find out that they can beat you,
Yeah.
and especially if your defense isn't hasn't gotten fixed. So maybe I think that's the
For
problem.
Before I move on to Jalen, I would just like to point out because you say the game was fun. You know what I was doing on Sunday? I was stuck on I-75 in traffic on a 14-hour drive, watching this game on my cell phone, losing my shit. Like, it's a good thing I had all my guns in the back of the car because I would have just started shooting cars, like not aiming at people, just putting holes in doors. And then you know what the bitch of the whole thing was? At the start of the fourth quarter, all of a sudden my NFL Sunday ticket said, you can't watch this game anymore. It's blacked out because I got into the Tampa market and it was on CBS. So then I couldn't even watch the whole game. So then I had to watch it on NFL Red Zone, and knowing that one of the teams was in the Red Zone, they still weren't showing the goddamn game on the Red Zone. So I was kicking the shit out of the dashboard of my wife's Durango, losing my mind. And I got home just in time to watch the last minute and a half of the fourth quarter and then overtime. So that was I wouldn't consider that fun, Esther. I don't think that's very fun.
Did I
But
say that? Did
I
you say
digress.
that?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. You both said it was
I
fun.
just second.
Both of you agreed. Is like, yeah, this shit was fun. Yeah. So Jalen, what do you think is my Seahawks problem?
I think specifically on the defensive side of the ball, right now, you guys just cannot stop the damn run. And
Reach.
I mean, Vegas ran for 283 whopping yards. I mean, a lot of that was Josh Jacobs just in one tear. And then the week before, Tampa ran for 166, which is okay, but Tampa could never run the ball at all up until that point. Um, but I mean, up until just these last couple of weeks, you guys have been pretty damn good at stopping the run for the most part. But um, yeah, just these past couple of weeks, not being able to stop the run is a really, really bad sign, or a really, really bad precursor to their about to just light you up with the passing game. If they have receivers like Devontae Adams, and you've got a quarterback like Derek Carr, or in Tampa's case, Mike Evans, Godwin, Tom Brady, like you got both sides of the offense going in the air and on the ground, you really, really cannot let a team just run all over you. And right now, the Seahawks have got to find a way to stop the damn run. So that's where I'm at.
Mm. Well, listen, when we go on old school Pentecostal days here, when a preacher starts spitting fire like that, you got to fan them off. They getting too hot because that's exactly the goddamn point that I'm going to get to after I get the Shaq's big ass head over here. What are you drinking over there, Shaq? What is
Uh,
that?
Triple? Is that what you call
What?
it?
Ah,
Ah, yes,
Okay.
And the class.
A man of stature.
So Shaq's over here drinking cornstarch and purple nurples. Okay, so Shaq, what is wrong with my goddamn Seattle Seahawks?
I ain't good. Your opinion of your defense on worst enemy right now. I watched that game partially towards the end. I really wanted to text him in, but I was like, you know what? For my own safety,
He'd have to make
I
a
would have
stop on
found you.
75.
I am a man of many skills, Shaq.
he
I
would
found
have
your ass.
passed into my house and beat me. No, I was like, I'm gonna let that man go through it right now. But that I too have gained and lost, so it's all right.
I literally, after 14 hours of being in the car and then watching that 86-yard run, I sat on my couch in my house in silence for like 15 minutes. I didn't even let my wife talk to me. She was like, "Are you gonna unload the car?" And I just I just don't say a word.
Like someone just died.
Yeah, I needed a moment, and then I promptly unloaded the car and hit my shin on every goddamn thing I could in the garage, unloading everything, and just came outside and smoked the cigar and had like 8 drinks before I had to go to work the next day because I was that pissed off about that game. But no, it has to be the run game. 2 reasons. One, we can't run it anymore. I don't know what the fuck happened to Kenneth Walker. Like, it's almost like he's a heat seeker for the opposing team's jersey. He was like, "Oh, there's an away jersey. Let me run into it." And then the second one is we can't stop the run. A team that averaged 65 yards a game in the Bucs rushes for 166 on us.
Yeah.
And then the Raiders and Josh Jacobs is now the number 1 rushing leader because he broke off for 229 yards at 6.9 average and 2 touchdowns. They ran for 283 yards. I mean, Derek Carr was trying to throw interceptions. Now, did you guys see the play, the very first play, where Diggs picked it off and Darrell Taylor on the sideline got so goddamn excited he ran on the field and started blocking people? Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
He ran on the field because I think he thought the play was over, and when he realized it was live, he was like, "I got to blend in and block somebody." I was like, if that's not emblematic of my Seahawks year so far, that we are this deep into the year and we are talking about the defense being the problem and not the offense. Like, we were all making fucking jokes about Geno Smith being the quarterback.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're like, "Wow, the offense is great. It's all the defense." And Pete Carroll's supposed to be known for defense. So maybe he should take a Nike Monarch shoe, Air Force One, and shove it up someone's ass and get some people, fired up here and stop chewing some fucking chewing gum and just get this defense playing again because it's kind of ticking me off.